It started like any other Tuesday at Redford High, a small-town school just outside of Asheville, North Carolina, the kind of place where people smile politely at you in the morning and whisper about you behind closed doors by lunch. Maya Jennings, 15 years old, sat in the far corner of the cafeteria. Alone. Again. Her tray balanced carefully in front of her, untouched. She had caramel skin, long box braids, and that kind of quiet aura that some kids interpret as weakness. She wasn't weak, just tired. They had moved here from Baton Rouge a few months back. Her mom had taken a new job, hoping for a fresh start. But for Maya, it didn't feel fresh. It felt like walking into a storm barefoot. Most days, she could handle the stares, the whispers, the not-so-accidental bumps in the hallway. But that Tuesday, things hit different. It started with Tanner Mills and Drew Carlton, the local Golden Boys, varsity football, charm for miles, and families that funded half the town's annual parade. If anyone ran the school, it was them. They slid into the seat across from her like they owned the place. Tanner smirked and said, "Hey, you dropped something." Before she could even answer, her tray was airborne, mac and cheese, chocolate milk, and her dignity splashed across her jeans and the floor. The entire cafeteria burst into laughter. Drew leaned forward, grabbed a braid. "Whoa, these ropes come with instructions." More laughter. One of them tossed a grape at her chest. Someone else chucked a ketchup packet. Then came the line, "Go back where you came from." And that was it. Maya stood up, her jeans dripping, her sweatshirt soaked. She didn't say a word. Not to them. Not to the teacher, Ms. Kramer, who sipped her coffee like this was just another episode in a show she'd watched 100 times. She walked out of that cafeteria with 1,000 eyes on her back, and not one hand reaching to help. It wasn't the first time. Someone had slipped cotton balls into her locker last week. Another time, someone replaced her bottled water with toilet water as a prank. She'd reported it. She tried. Once, the school counselor told her maybe she needed to smile more, be more approachable. So she stopped trying, stopped reporting, but she never stopped writing letters to Noah. Her older brother, 10 years her senior, stationed overseas with the Marine Corps. Noah had raised her after their dad walked out, changed her diapers, showed up at dance recitals, made her pancakes with blueberries even when they didn't have blueberries. He was the only one who ever saw her, the real her. That night, she sent him a short message. "They pulled my hair today, called me a monkey. I just want to disappear." She didn't expect a reply. He'd been on deployment, probably busy. But he didn't reply with words. He got on a plane. The next Monday, everything seemed normal until the cafeteria doors opened. You ever hear silence stretch, like really stretch? That was the moment Noah Jennings walked in. Black dress shoes, Marine uniform crisp and gleaming, broad shoulders, unshakable gaze, rows of medals across his chest. He didn't walk, he arrived. The buzz of the lunchroom froze in midair. Forks stopped halfway to mouths. Conversations died mid-sentence. He scanned the room like a commander entering enemy territory. Then he said it. "Where's my sister?" Tanner scoffed. "What is this, career day?" Noah didn't even blink. He walked straight toward their table and placed something down in front of them, a photo. Maya at 6 years old, her face bruised, a black eye blooming under her left socket. Noah in uniform, holding her protectively in a hospital room. "She's survived worse than your little power trip," he said, low and calm. Tanner leaned back. Drew tried to laugh, but his face had gone pale. Then Noah leaned in. "Just enough. You think pulling a girl's hair makes you strong? Let me teach you what real discipline looks like." But he didn't yell. He didn't swing. He turned to the rest of the cafeteria. "You all watched," he said. "Every insult, every push, every laugh. You stayed quiet. Well, I'm not here to fight these boys." He pulled out his phone, opened a file, and with a few clicks, the cafeteria's smart screen lit up. Video clips, screenshots, voice memos, photos, messages. Evidence. Turns out, Maya wasn't as invisible as she thought. Other students had seen what was happening, recorded it, texted it, even tried to speak up. They were too scared before. But when Noah reached out over the weekend, one by one, they sent it all in. "This," Noah said, pointing to the screen, "is your school, your silence. And now the whole world gets to see it." Phones went up, cameras clicked. Ms. Kramer dropped her coffee. That's when the principal, Mr. Henley, came running in, red-faced and sweating. "What is the meaning of this?" Noah didn't flinch. "I contacted the school board, the press, even the Marine Corps Public Affairs Office. You're trending, Mr. Henley." "You've made a scene," Henley barked. "No," Noah said. "You made a system where my sister felt like she had to disappear. I'm just flipping on the lights." By that night, the video had hit 2 million views. By Tuesday morning, the consequences rolled in fast. Tanner and Drew were suspended indefinitely. Ms. Kramer was fired for negligence. Mr. Henley was placed under official review. The district issued a public apology, but Maya wasn't done. That Friday, the school held a special assembly. Maya stood on that stage, clean braids, pressed shirt, no tears. Her voice didn't tremble. "You don't get to be innocent just because you didn't throw the food. If you laughed, watched, said nothing, you were part of it, but—" She paused. "I forgive you. I just hope you never stay silent again." There was no music, no dramatic lighting, just silence. And then, slowly, one by one, students started standing. Applause came, not all at once, but like a tide rising. She didn't smile. She didn't need to. She just walked off the stage, head high. The story didn't end there. Local news ran it as the Marine and the school that went quiet. The governor mentioned it in a speech. A statewide anti-bullying initiative was launched, and Maya received a scholarship for leadership and public speaking. Noah was awarded a Community Courage Medal by the mayor. When a reporter asked Maya what she'd say to her bullies now, she paused, then said softly, "Nothing. They said enough. Now people are finally listening to me." This wasn't some fairy tale about good versus evil. It wasn't about revenge. It was about breaking silence, about how one voice, shaky, quiet, and tired, can still change everything. And how sometimes you don't need to scream to be heard. You just need someone willing to walk through a cafeteria and tell the truth.